Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the Earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 290th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host for today's show. And we have Mark back again as co-host. Thank you, Mark, for being here. And I think we're ready to begin today's show with members of the Universal Council who will be presenting. And I think we're ready to begin with some quotes of Mr. Keshe from the 501st Knowledge Seekers Workshop of last week. I believe. So please begin, Universal Council.
Good morning. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. And welcome again, beautiful souls. Welcome the time for the Soul of the Peace, time for the unification to the universal community. Okay, yeah, that intro is from 501st. Up to now, you've seen McGrath's, you've seen system which is made by man and carries matter state energy. And the next few months, you will see system which have no structure. It means it's at no dimension of physicality. You don't see the McGrath, but you see the energies of it, the plasma field. And gradually, without matter state condition. We'll create the system in a way now the knowledge seekers gradually can see they can trouble themselves to create this situation. And the point of need does not matter. And they are in the body of the man or in the body or another direction and dimension in the universe. Is the knowledge of the soul. Is the knowledge or understanding the physicality in conjunction with what we call dimension or the fifth law of the universe. In the coming time, in the coming months and years, many of you knowledge seekers, knowingly or unknowingly, we take into the space. In a way, you don't have any wishes, you don't have any desire. You think about the it and you achieve it. It becomes a second nature in understanding that you can live in both dimensions and both of these realities. One in the dimension of marriage state and one in the dimension of energy state. Anyway, the McGrath system, we introduce in that system. You want current from it, you are happy with a few volts, or you can use them to reach to the point of the understanding or the use of the energy of the universe. In so many ways, in the next coming few months and years, the evolution of the science and technology with what we see now, we start promoting and delivering to bring a new dimension, a new understanding. In so many direct and indirect ways, we are accommodating this through one system, what we call the model system. Maybe you call it what the whole process of the structure that you all can be connected through design. Thank you. Continue, Mark.
Knowledge
Please.
will become equal as everybody will have access to it. Food, medicine, and everything else. This is why we brought you into LINS to update, upgrade, and gather this information into one center. You walk on the street, you see pictures, you see buildings, you see people, and then years later, months later, or sometime in the future, you come back and say, I've seen this building, because it's in your memory. You've seen it. You remember the face. I've seen this face before. Now, this is the structure we're setting up. Everything every man learns, everything every creature learns, sees, goes into that central system, that we all have access to it. And the knowledge becomes free. Knowledge becomes part of the emotion of the man at the time and the place and the position. The beauty of the new technology puts fear on governments, but we have to understand there is no one to govern us a few meters above this planet. So we were equal, and sooner or later, the governments and those who want to govern, they realize they are no different than the others. And this brings us back to the point of what we call equality, equality of the man with the rest of the universal community. In the process of the past few days among people in this room, we've seen two people not from this planet. They are not from here. They have an origin and an ancestry from outside the system. And it's very clear who they are and how they operate without them knowing. In the body of the man, they are a man. In the body of the universal community, they are still connected to the point of birth. It's very hard for knowledge seekers to realize this, but in the upcoming time, knowledge seekers who are in this room, they'll recognize who they are, what they are, and where and how they can go back home. But you'll find out Earth is a beautiful place. Many of them opt or take an option to stay in the dimension of physicality, but know the roots, know where they come from. Shweta, please.
Yes, I am. Where they come from, yes. And this is the way we start recognizing. As we see, there is no prejudices, there is no racism, doesn't matter who they are and what they are. And this has to become the pattern of their life from the knowledge seekers. Does not matter where you go, it does not matter where you sit, does not matter who and where you are from or where they are from. It's equality in the knowledge. Equality knowing we all have the same and knowing we all come from the same source. What are we fighting for? This brings a lot of changes. This brings a lot of understanding for the world leaders. It's the responsibility of the knowledge seekers to make sure your ambassadors are present in London conference, or if we wish, we can. We have the capacity and understanding to bring the world leaders to answer to the world in a conference or outside. The beauty of the changes that is within us. It's not individually one person. We don't have gurus, prophets, and we don't have those who lead us and we have to follow. It's the dimension and the combination of the soul according to their strength. And this will be a very harsh thing for a lot of people. We always have been subordinate. We always followed to have a leader. Where we find out the only person, the only thing we ever lead to is the dimensional direction of the what we call this creator. We are part of it, and it's a part of us. We create the creator, and we are the created of the creation. It's Stefania.
I think you have to continue. I think.
Okay,
You didn't finish. You didn't finish. Then there is Joseph. Joseph and then me.
Okay. Then this brings back us to the same point as what we call the ethos of Mitra. We do good, we act good, and we think good because this is how we'll create a perfect soul for the rest too. Evolve to live with it. Understanding this brings us to a new dimension, new understanding. How do we educate the other 8 billion, the ants, the dogs, the cats, and other citizens of the universe to be perfect? Thank you. Beautiful. Hello, Joseph.
Yes. Okay. Now you understand why we don't believe in patents. Because, as I always say, the creator never opened a patent office. How does the man do? Now you understand whatever you do, whatever you gather in the knowledge, in the dimension of physicality or the soul, now you understand, become part of the totality. And then, as I said, you remember the building. They know who brought that knowledge in. You can go to the STM who added the knowledge to understand what he has seen, what he has done, and then it goes back. Do you want to do something wrong? Do you want to leave a wrong fingerprint in the dimension of totality, of the soul of the creation? Then this brings back to us to the same point as what we call the ethos of Mitra. We do good, we act good, and we think good. Because this is how we'll create a perfect soul for the rest to evolve, to live within it. Understanding this brings us to a new dimension, new understanding. How do we educate the other 8 billion, the ants, the dogs, the cats, and the other citizens of the universe to be perfect? This is 99% of the problem with the humanity continuously confirming we exist. We have not accepted that we have existed and we exist for eternity. If we understand that we are part of the structure, we've been here for the beginning, we are part of the structure of the creator. And we go back to the creator, as I always say, what we are fighting for. In so many ways, if you understand the motion of the fields, even when we talk about the egg and the sperm, that they are fields of plasma, even those that are regurgitated fields of the universe in past billions of years. But we still would like to see we are individuals. We still would like to think we are unique. But in a way, in fact, we are regurgitated fields of the universe, uniquely at this point of time here. And soon we'll become another regurgitated body in a few million years, or whatever, of the body of another part of another entity in the universe. What has been the problem with the man is that man has not understood. He has taken a frame of the physical life. Existence on the earth has to be the only existence where he does not understand he is part of a cycle.
He is pieces of a part of what it is bigger than him. And then he's too what we call feeble and arrogant to think that it's it. As I said, from the beginning, this is my beginning, this is my end. I was born and I die. But does not understand I was born from the regurgitating power and fields of the past. And then when I die, I become another part in pieces of the other in the future. In the teaching of the past, I always explain it. What do you think about your soul where you never knew? Now it become a star, it become a planet, it become the source of life. So you understand. You are regurgitating fields gathering here. And now you split to regurgitating from other children to be born of you in the interaction with the fields of other fields of the plasma of the universe within each other. In a way, when you become a star, your field does not only goes on your own planets or what you create as life, part of it, it become part of the universal energy. Part of it, it becomes you, part of the universal cosmic rays. And you do not know, you do not know where these fields in conjunction with other fields feeds other life. Now you understand the totality of the creation and the creator is all one. There is no difference. What you call a cosmic ray is the ray from another soul, which has radiated from the existence of the regurgitated fields of the past. And in the future, it'll become another cycle. If man understands this point, man will not fight for 1 second. Man become to understand he's just a progressive development, a mixture of fields of the universe. And it is a temporary condition to be in a matter state, mixture of the matter state. But please, listen for the first 5 and 10 minutes of the teaching of today. If you understand it, I give you the key to become traveler of space. But again, it needs the wisdom to understand it. Thank you. We finish.
Thank you, Stefania. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So we can, beautiful clip, beautiful reading.
Stefania,
yes.
have problem. Okay, continue for finish. But again, it needs the wisdom to understand it. Thank you so much. Go.
Now we can go to the next slide. Okay.
Can read it.
Yes.
Okay.
Ready?
The Universal Council wish the soul of the knowledge seekers to open up to master's transmutation to become the universal of the new generation of souls in the universe.
We are present, my dear.
The soul of connection. Shall I do it or Sweta, you want to do it?
No, please.
Okay. So this is the time where we all connect at the soul level. So please be comfortable, in a comfortable position, if you can, in a quiet space. But we should be able to connect even in a noisy places. So in any condition. So even in the most chaos places, we should be able to find peace. That is the skill. So we can start now. We're gonna just what I recommend is to really try not to think, if you can. When we connect at the soul level, is essential to. If you think, is not it. So you have to connect with feeling and sensation. Usually, it's good to connect to the feeling of unconditional love, because the feeling of unconditional love, when you fall in love, is one of the strongest fields of the universe. So what I suggest is to see if you can recall the feeling of unconditional love and not think. So if you think, just cut yourself out and start again. So it's a practice, but the more we do it, the more we get better. And if you please stay in the feeling and sensation, because when you think, it's not soul, it's not the soul. So we can start now. And we're gonna be Sweta, how many minutes? Like a few minutes, isn't it? 3 minutes.
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, we can start now. So we can start, all of us connect and replicate the unconditional love feelings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, beautiful souls, to be present here with all the love in the heart and soul. So this is, I would say this soul connection is a kind of practice in this timeline to be timeless. So in unconditional love also, and this brings us there to create this balance all the way to be in this unconditional love, to be in the services of kindness, what I can say. Thank you so much, my dear beautiful souls. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salam. Now we can go to the next slide. Here is plasma connection. Claudia, beautiful Claudia, is interviewing talking with Mary, and she has the answers, or we can say accordingly, the way anyone can view according the thoughts, the way the universal council or universal souls, as we all think. She is presenting that answer, I will say. Thank you. Thank you so much. We can play the video.
E com o Cristiano. Obrigada mais uma vez por compartilhar os seus entendimentos conosco. E hoje estamos muito felizes em trazer mais uma convidada especial para participar do nosso programa sobre alma, o ethos e o Conselho Universal. A nossa convidada de hoje é a Stefania, que é membro do Conselho Universal da Língua Italiana. Obrigada por sua presença aqui, junto à comunidade brasileira, e por trazer luz e amor através de suas palavras. Obrigada. Welcome, Stefania. Thank you so much for your presence.
Good evening. Hi, Claudia. It's really great to be here.
I'm not seeing you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the camera. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I don't have idea of what happened with the camera. Why you cannot see me, unfortunately.
Só um minutinho, pessoal, que a gente não está conseguindo ver ela. You can open the same matter that you did on the Safari.
Everything it's untouched, so I didn't touch anything, but just somehow it's now black. So
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't really know what happened because it was working a few minutes ago. So I'm trying to open it, but I'm not. Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. Yeah, it should be okay now.
Ok.
Oops.
Só um minutinho,
Yeah.
pessoal. Aí, let's go.
Okay, hi everyone. Finally.
Olá a todos. Então, ela trouxe uma mensagem para nós, pessoal. Então, a tradução vai estar lá no PDF, então vocês vão lendo à medida que ela vai falando. Ok, you can start, Stefania.
Okay, I'm gonna read the piece I wrote for you. So sorry if my English is not very good, but I dedicated this. You, Claudia, asked me to write something for you, and I'm gonna read it now. Thank you.
Ok.
Good evening, good morning, Brazilian community, and all the Keshe Foundation, and all the knowledge seeker community from this planet Earth, and also from, let's not forget the universal community, because no one, as we know, no one is excluded. Okay, so thank you for inviting me to this session of the Plasma Connection. It's a very important work to keep alive because we keep the connection open between the knowledge seekers and the Universal Council members. So this is very, very important work. So I thank you. I don't know how to thank you, Mary and Claudia, and all the people involved with this program. Thank you so much. Thank you for keeping alive this program. So I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. And my name is Stefania D'Addetta. For who doesn't know, my surname is a little bit. And at this present time, I'm the representative of the Italian language. Yes, because like most of you, I commit my soul by signing the peace treaty. So as you know, everyone has got the peace treaty. The first things they have to do when they join the plasma, when they join the Keshe Foundation, is to sign the peace treaty. And this way you have your soul that it's committed. Yeah. So I remember when I committed to the Universal Council. It was many years ago. It was during the Mehran training. So in that training, I accept to the role of representing to be member of representing the Italian language, and I took this position. But I'm very aware that I'm just a vessel. And it's not about me. Because there were people that took this position before me. So there was another person who had this position before me. And I'm sure there are many, many other people after me. So I'm just taking this place now. So yes, so what I wanted to say, that as all of you, I give my best. I give my best also to share knowledge, and I try to put practice whatever I understand about the teaching. And my wish, like all of you, it's be good, act good, and feel good, and and achieve peace. So the most important is wish for peace. Okay, so let's see what I wrote more. So yeah, I said that the only things we can do is our best. We can make today better than yesterday. Yeah. And together we can make the change as we speak, so if we are united, so the important thing is that we're always united and we love each other. This is my message. My message is to be united, never forget that, and just care for each other. This is and care for each other unconditionally, and this is it's we all learn in that.
Yeah.
Because we have to understand that if we want to be part of the universal community, we cannot be part of the universal community unless we are united and unless we are in peace, so we will not be able to be part of it. We have to be united if we want to be part of the universal community. And also, we don't need to worry much because, like the Shaolin monks said, as long as you're helping people, the future will be always okay. So no need to worry. Okay. So I wanted to talk also about the Italian group, because the Italian group, it was formed similar time as your group, as a Brazilian group. We all formed same time, roughly, around the pandemic in the emergency team. Okay, but the Italian group, it's never managed to stay united. So what happened to the Italian group over and over, that as we get bigger in numbers, we always start to dividing. So we start to arguing and dividing. We never manage to grow and stay united. We never manage this. You, in the contrary, Brazilian group, you manage to become bigger and be united, helping each other, and look where you are now. No, look where you are now. Look at what you achieved. I'm now in this program because you organize it. So you're very you are very inspiration. So definitely inspiration for us. But I'm listening Mary lots of time. She speaks very highly about the Brazilian group. Everyone speaks highly about the Brazilian group because you're really working hard and you are united and you manage to grow and do lots of stuff. So you're really an inspiration for us. So we hope in one day we're going to be like you. I noticed lately that the Italian community has changed. Finger crossed. and actually we getting bigger, and we keeping so far the unity. But what has changed? What has changed on the Italian community now? So on the Italian community now, what has changed? We've been starting doing a lot of star formation. So since, sorry about this noise, my beeping of the computer. Since the Nansuman unit came out a few years ago, and the Linz Center opened, and we all went to visit Linz, some of us went to experience the Nansuman unity. I don't know if you remember the Italian party. So the Italian party start to meet up gradually, weekly. So we start to try to keep up the Italian party that we had in Linz. So we continuous meet up weekly, and we meet in a soul level, and that one went keeping going and goes very well. At the same time, very lately, not far ago, we start also to do star formation. So we form other groups in the Italian group, and we start to do the star formation. And we start to do this star formation several times a week. As you know, when you do star formation or when you work at the soul level, you don't talk. So you're quiet. We don't argue because we cannot talk. And there is not words, there are no thoughts, because when you're in the star formation or when you're connected to the soul level, it's very important that you don't think. Because if you think, it's not it. So this brought us to be united. So because we cannot argue, we cannot, and I can see this really make us very, very strong. So I hope that we become stronger. So the star formation was the only things that Mr. Keshe told us to practice when I was in the Mojan, and we were 4 of us. And Mr. Keshe told us to sit in different level, and 3 of us in different level and 1 on the table. And he just recommended us to stay in silence and just keep practice the star formation. So we did that, and at the very end of the training, we achieved a lot. A lot of things start to happening, and we didn't have anything. We just had our body, and we just connect the soul level. So my suggestion because I know that now the new Mojan training has just finished. So my suggestion to the people who've been in the Mojan is just keep practice. Whatever Mr. Keshe told you to do, just keep practice daily. Yes, at the soul level. So this is my suggestion. So, and my suggestion comes with my heart, because I make a mistake in the past of no practice. So I didn't understood fully even though we achieved a lot with the star formation, I still didn't practice. I talked a lot, but I didn't practice. So I was talking about experience, about it in practice. So I don't want to do this mistake over and over. So it's no problem, because I know no problem when you stop, as long as you restart. So, you know, I start to practice again. So I start to practice again the star formation. And what I noticed as well, since I've been practiced the star formation and to connect at the soul level, I noticed my connection with the Universal Council. It's improved. So as you know, in the Universal Council, we meet up every day at 9 o'clock. But lately, I mean, they meet up every day. I do my best to be there as well every day. But I noticed that my connection has improved, definitely. So, and also I noticed it's improved also the connection with in One Planet, One Nation, One Race. So I can see that by practice, only by doing, you can really understand and improve. So I just would like to suggest also to do the, sorry, I'm gonna read this bit now. Yeah, so I just wanna suggest to all Brazilian community and to everyone who listening now to start practice, you know, the star formation. You can do it with anything, with your family, as Mr. Keshe suggested many times. Your family is the best people to practice the star formation, but I'm sure you can do it with the plants, with the animal, cats and dogs, and you can do with anyone you can think of. I just recommend you to practice, practice, practice. I hope you like my idea, and I hope you like my suggestion, and I hope you come to One Planet, One Nation, One Race to give us your feedback. In this way, we can grow together. And I'm sure in this way, we're gonna be able to join quicker the universal community. So my wish is to be united, to stay united, and to be kind to one another, and to help each other and share knowledge. So this is my message I wanted to give to you tonight. And yes, and I hope that we're gonna join the universal community soon. The last, yeah. So I just want to thank you for everything you have been done or you're doing. And thank you so much.
So beautiful, Stefania. Thank you so much for your words, for your to feel your love and to want to get peace to this world. And we are so happy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Rick. Can I say a few things about this as well? Very shortly. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you so much for showing. Yes, Mary, she invited me to Plasma Connection. And as you know, it's once a month, every Saturday, in the evening. I think it's 10 p.m. No, 11 p.m. city time. So I really recommend you to go in and see it. It's very interesting because, as we said, we're keeping the connection open from the knowledge seeker to the universal can support us. So any knowledge seeker from all over the world can write question to the Universal Council. They will read it here once a week as well. So next week we're gonna have the first question, and we're gonna read the first question to the Universal Council. So anyone from all over the world can write them, and then in correlation to your language that you speak, you look in Telegram, your language group, and then you talk with anyone there will help you to reach your question to Mary or to Claudia or to Raphael or to the Plasma Connection team. The team was very, very lovely. I was actually a bit jealous. It's got really a nice warm feeling. I really wanted. I thought, I want to come here next week as well. You have the feelings you want to go back again, and they're very caring, very professional. They assist you with everything. They're very well organized. I do wish as well that we as Italian group we managed to become also that efficient and organized between all of us, because they require a lot of synchronicity, a lot of giving unconditionally. So it was very, very great experience. Also, I just wanted to say that when the same day I was invited in the Plasma Connection, that day I had two Mojan coming to visit me, because I'm just an hour away from Manchester. And the day was very special day for me, because there was a train strike, so I couldn't make to them. I wanted to go to them, but we had some communication problem. And they end up to come to visit me by taxi, and it cost them lots of money. I know, because I asked them, and I was very, very honored. I thought, oh my God, they travel all this way by taxi. They spend all this money just to come to see me for a couple of hours. It really filled me up the whole day. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to say hello to Emmanuel and Nicolas. So I had the pleasure to, also was really great to meet them by face, you know. It was great to see Nicolas, who traveled all the way from Australia. You heard it last Thursday. He, in the public teaching, he gave a testimonial. He traveled all the way from Australia to come to Manchester for a week, and he put so much into to be here to learn the new program. So I wish him all the luck, all the best, and I hope to see him in London, because it will be another big effort for him, you know, because everyone's got work, everyone's got family, you know, it's not easy to be able to accommodate, to be able to be present. And then I saw Emmanuel, that I only saw him, heard him, his voice. I never had the opportunity to see him by person. It really opened my heart. Really, I was all day super euphoric. And I was said to me, I was actually, now I'm a little bit emotional, because I was said, these are the people I want to dealing with, people who care, you know, they make all the way to come to see me. They really care. And I thought, this is lovely, working in the Keshe Foundation, because you realize that we are all doing our best and we all care. We didn't see each other face to face yet. Hope one day we got the chance to see each other face to face and get to know each other face to face. But it really filled up my heart. I was so proud and so happy to be part of the Keshe Foundation and have all these people who they really care, and that they, you know, they will travel so much even just to see me for a couple of hours. It was really super empowering for me, and it gave me a lot of energy. So I just want to thank you, all of you, and I will make my best to see you in London. And I would just want to thanks to everyone who works and every day gives a lot of his time, you know, not just for himself, but for the benefit of everyone, to have a better future. We're all working hard for this. It's not easy. And you know what I'm talking about. So I just really thank you, and I really appreciate everything you do. And I'm really proud to be part of this. Everyone who's part of this work. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Stefania. You have beautifully said. Thank you, Claudia, my dear. You always do the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful questions also. So I will say thank you, my dear. And of course, in this plasma connection, we are growing, we are learning equally, sharing love to each other. And the thing is, and I also, there's a gratitude and love from my heart to all the teachers, beautiful, beautiful teachers of Keshe Foundation. And I salute salam to them, namaste to them, that we are learning, we are growing up like a child again in this new era of beauty and totality. So thank you again to every beautiful souls, every teachers of Keshe Foundation, and of course, all universal souls we are. I love and gratitude, my dear. And of course, to my lovely, lovely, beautiful Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, and to my dear, my Messiah, Shriman Mehran Tavakoli Keshe. Thank you. Thank you. Now we can go to the next slide. There's a mark. We can show now the video of the 501, the video clip, if you have it. Hello, Mark.
Yes, I don't. I was hoping Rick.
Were we going to play the question from Marie from this plasma connection as well? Or does that come later?
I don't know.
I think not next week, I think. Or
well, I have it as part 2 of our plasma connection that's the message from Marie for today.
okay, let's play then.
Let's go for it.
Let's play. Go for it.
It's about 7 minutes or so. All right, here we go.
Receber o que você gosta de dar.
Then we are on the first question. Why is love considered the greatest feeling that cures even illnesses?
Então, agora vamos para a primeira pergunta. Por que o amor é considerado o maior sentimento que cura até mesmo doenças?
And the first answer, everything in the universe is running on unconditional love. Unconditional love is the field of the highest strength. It's also what is called unconditional giving. This is how the universe works. When we learn to operate within the operation of the universe, we become fully part of it. When we give our finest and strongest fields, we receive more to be able to give more. Then your soul is elevating, gaining strength, and these fields can balance your emotions and your physicality. And illnesses is unbalance in your energies, which needs to be balanced. So be an unconditional giver, so you elevate your own soul, and your soul will thank you by balancing your field.
Então, a primeira resposta é: tudo no universo funciona com amor incondicional. O amor incondicional é o campo de maior força. Também é o que chamamos de doação incondicional. É assim que o universo opera. Quando aprendemos a operar dentro da operação do universo, nos tornamos totalmente parte dele. Quando damos nossos campos mais finos e fortes, recebemos mais para poder dar mais. Então sua alma está se elevando, ganhando força, e esses campos podem equilibrar suas emoções e fisicalidade. E a doença é o desequilíbrio de suas energias, que precisa ser equilibrado. Portanto, seja um doador incondicional e eleve sua própria alma. e sua alma agradecerá, equilibrando seus campos.
There is another answer. Because if you take the word love, this is the strongest field in the universe, the field of the Creator.
A segunda resposta é: porque se você pegar a palavra amor, este é o campo mais forte no universo, o campo do Criador.
And there is another answer. Unconditional love is one of the strongest emotions. Understanding the line of communication, soul, solar physicality, physicality, all are interconnected. Sharing unconditional love balances, and as we know, in a balanced body, there are no illnesses.
Outra resposta é: o amor incondicional é uma das emoções mais fortes. Compreender a linha de comunicação entre a alma da fisicalidade e a fisicalidade, todos estão interconectados. Compartilhar o amor incondicional equilibra, e como sabemos, em um corpo equilibrado não existem doenças.
And there is another answer. You remember the feeling of falling in love and how you felt. When you love someone, the strange, special things you do for that someone when you love them. What happened when there was depression, but you saw yourself with this person? Did you improve? Who has a son? What does he feel when he sees him? And if this is sick at some point, what will you do to heal him? And if he is sick at some point, what will you do to heal him? Do you have a pet? Is there an animal at home that gives him joy when he sees you or hears a bird singing? What do you feel inside of you physically? We call this love, and it's an enormous sensation. So we know that love is where everything is born from. You give without expecting anything in return. Is there something beyond that? It was the love of Mitra. It attracted the Creator to earth.
Então, outra resposta é: lembre-se do sentimento de se apaixonar. E como você se sentiu? Quando você ama alguém, as coisas estranhas e especiais que você faz por essa pessoa quando ama. O que aconteceu quando havia depressão, mas você se via com essa pessoa, você fez ela melhorar? Quem tem um filho, o que sente quando o vê? E se ele estiver doente em algum momento, o que fará para curá-lo? Você tem um animal de estimação. Existe um animal em casa que lhe dá alegria quando o vê, ou ouve um pássaro cantar. O que você se sente por dentro fisicamente? Chamamos isso de amor, e é uma sensação enorme. Então sabemos que o amor é de onde tudo nasce. Você dá sem esperar nada em troca. Há algo além disso? Foi o amor de Mitra? Ele atraiu o amor do Criador para a Terra.
Then we are on the second question. I'm studying the lessons and trying to understand how we have to let go of our emotions in order to expand my soul and become a more peaceful human being. As part of my emotions are collections of feels from our ancestors, full of fears, fear of death, abuse, hunger, pain, lack of money, etc. How do we let go of these emotions that are part of our RNA these days, where we live in a civilization full of rules, bureaucracy, work, and family that don't understand technology. Could you help me?
Então, uma outra pergunta é: estou estudando as lições, os ensinamentos, e tentando entender como devemos abandonar nossas emoções para expandir minha alma e me tornar um ser humano mais pacífico. Parte das minhas emoções são coleções de campos de nossos ancestrais, cheios de medos, como o medo da morte, do abuso, fome, da dor, da falta de dinheiro. Como podemos nos livrar dessas emoções que fazem parte do nosso RNA nos dias de hoje, onde vivemos em uma civilização cheia de regras, burocracias, trabalho e família que não entendem a tecnologia? Você poderia me ajudar?
And the first answer, leave the past for what it was. Focus on what we learned and start changing our future now. Connect in unconditional love. Live the way of creation and creator and change. As soon as we touch the strength of unconditional love, we understand there is no place for fears where there is love. Our souls comes from and goes back to an eternity. What are you afraid of? Remember, the love of the Creator is always stronger.
Então, a primeira resposta é: deixe o passado para trás. Concentre-se no que aprendemos e comece a mudar nosso futuro agora. Conecte-se com o amor incondicional. Viva o caminho da criação e do Criador e mude. Assim que tocamos a força do amor incondicional, entendemos que não há lugar para medos onde há o amor. Nossa alma vem e volta à eternidade. Do que você tem medo? Lembre-se, o amor do Criador é sempre mais forte.
And there is another answer. Why not to be attached, not taking things personally. Focus on you. Stop looking at others. The truth is inside you. Focus on the good. Think good. Feel good. Act good. Focus on unconditional love and giving by helping you and people around you. When you do that, all the rest disappears. You start to cooperate and magic will happen. The impossible will become possible, letting it happen naturally when you are unconditional giving and loving. Can't be one without the other. Focus on be united, be kind, forgive.
A segunda resposta é: não se apegue, não leve as coisas para o lado pessoal. Concentre-se em você. Pare de olhar para os outros. A verdade está dentro de você. Concentre-se no bem, como pensar o bem, falar o bem e fazer o bem. Concentre-se no amor incondicional e na doação, ajudando a si mesmo e as pessoas ao seu redor. Quando você faz isso, o resto desaparece. Você começa a cooperar e a magia acontecerá. O impossível se tornará possível, deixando acontecer naturalmente quando você estiver doando e amando incondicionalmente. Não pode haver um sem o outro. Concentre-se em ser unido, ser amável e perdoar.
And there is another answer. Being a conscious part of the other. We are one soul divided into millions of physicalities. As we appropriate knowledge and think, speak, and do good, we make it a normal part of our lives. Everything changes. Be aware of your daily act. When we replace the self with us, we give the best of ourselves and focus on the elevation of our soul. A good practice is to observe for every hour how many times you talk, think about me. We focus gradually, and you change this to us. We are measuring and reducing the self. Suddenly, it is no more because it is already part of your conscious action. Getting rid of this, you have already put yourself in the other's shoes. Being a conscious part of the other, we are one soul. It's like when a couple coexistence relationships begin, the self must be replaced by us. You give to be a single essence. You share freely. Lose the fear of doing and sharing knowledge. Social rules are built by us. For this reason, thinking, speaking, and doing good changes our entire environment. From there, we expand knowledge. We make it our daily life. We have always heard that children learn from our example. Everything around us is like that. We change it. Our wish is our order. Focus on it. We build it. Lose the fear. What you believe, you believe.
Então, a segunda resposta é: sendo uma parte consciente do outro. Somos uma alma, dividida em milhões de fisicalidades. À medida que apropriamos conhecimento e pensamos, falamos e fazemos o bem, tornamo-nos uma parte normal de nossas vidas. Tudo muda. Esteja ciente de nossos atos diários. Quando substituímos o eu por nós, damos o melhor de nós e nos concentramos na elevação de nossa alma. Uma boa prática é observar a cada hora quantas vezes você fala ou pensa em mim. Gradualmente nos concentramos e mudamos isso para nós. Estamos medindo e reduzindo o ego. De repente, ele não existe mais, porque já faz parte de sua ação consciente. Livra-se disso. Livrar-se disso é colocar você mesmo nos sapatos dos outros. Ser uma parte consciente do outro. Somos uma alma. É quando começa um relacionamento de convivência de um casal, o ego deve ser substituído por nós. Você dá para ser uma única essência. Você compartilha livremente. Perca o medo de fazer e compartilhar o conhecimento.
I think I went beyond the point where I was supposed to go there. So
We're forward for next week.
There is still one answer left. Then the second question is complete.
oh yeah, so I should play that then.
Yes,
All right.
then this chapter is closed.
Por esse motivo, pensar, falar e fazer o bem muda todo o ambiente. A partir daí, expandimos o conhecimento. Tornamos-os parte de nossa vida diária. Sempre ouvimos dizer que as crianças aprendem com o nosso exemplo. Tudo ao nosso redor é assim. Nós mudamos. Nós o mudamos. Nosso desejo é nossa ordem. Concentre-se nisso. Nós o construímos. Perca o medo. No que você acredita, você acredita.
And there is another answer. In the teachings of Mr. Keshe and other Keshe Foundation teachers, we learned that we that we can change our RNA by changing our life. Fear of death, for instance. How can you fear death when we know that we are eternal souls? Science is the key to overcome these fears. Now we learned what real true life is. We are eternal souls having a life experience in physicality. The ethos, mitra, and the commandments teaches us how to live our lives in a true way by elevating and strengthening our soul's energy. The whole purpose of life is to mature and strengthen our soul by learning from life and align our life with the soul's wishes for us. Others, like family and friends, will see your change and follow you or come and learn because they have no choice than to follow. Keep on aligning your physical life with the will of your soul. Be an unconditional giver to all souls, and all other obstacles will vanish.
Nos ensinamentos do Sr. Keshe e de outros professores da Fundação Keshe, aprendemos que podemos mudar o nosso RNA ao mudar a nossa vida. O medo da morte, por exemplo, como você pode temer a morte quando sabemos que somos almas eternas? A ciência é a chave para superar esses medos. Agora aprendemos o que é a vida real e verdadeira. Somos almas eternas tendo uma experiência de vida na fisicalidade. O ethos de Mitra e os mandamentos nos ensinam como viver nossas vidas de verdade, elevando e fortalecendo nossa energia da alma. O propósito da vida é amadurecer e fortalecer nossa alma, aprendendo com a vida e alinhando nossa vida com os desejos da alma. Outros, como familiares e amigos, verão sua mudança e seguirão você, ou virão aprender, porque não tem outra escolha senão seguir. Continue alinhando sua vida física com a vontade de sua alma. Seja um doador incondicional para todas as almas e todos os outros obstáculos desaparecerão.
So then we are on the third question.
Okay, we can go back to our previous programming here.
Yes, my dear Rick. Mark has sent you the video clip of 501, another secret workshop. Okay.
Yes, I've got that.
Mark, you want to?
Got the 5 if I just have the link for it. Let me see what he sent here.
While you're looking for the link, I want to say thank you, Mark, for sending me the present of San Marino. Thank you so much.
Okay. No, it was just a question again on China. It seems like the focus is definitely on China and the development with scientists, with the military, with the space program, and with the academicians that are going to be rewriting some of the books or many of the books in accordance with this science as they understand it more and more. So we have a beautiful meshing of the Keshe Foundation and the largest, very powerful government on this planet. And of course, their ability to manufacture and distribute through the BRICS nations will also help this technology to flow out. But we are waiting for that confirmation. Again, they're testing, double checking, upside down, forward and backward, and so on, as I said in the question. But just to get a little bit more, and I thought it was very nice that Mr. Keshe is opening up an invitation to scientists working around the world, rather than to make weapons of war and destruction, to come to China and make technologies for peace and peaceful applications. So this is another, in a way, ethical ethos question, but he said we're opening the door quite widely to bring in other scientists to work in the area of peaceful development of technology. Again, feeding, communication, medicine, travel, and the rest. So this was just a question, and of course, Mr. Keshe gave much detail. I think it's 109 to 119, Rick, something like that.
Okay, thank you, Mark. 109, let's see.
It's from the 501st Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
Okay, so I think I have it lined up here. So this is an excerpt of the 501st Knowledge Seekers Workshop last week and at 109.
I thank Marcel and Mr. Keshe and all the knowledge seekers for giving me this chance. Thank you. Nick Flahus from Sydney, Australia.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else who wants to say anything? No, they're all chickened out.
How about China opening up with the acknowledgement of the Keshe Foundation? What about China opening up publicly? Mark from the U.S. How about China opening up publicly and acknowledging? I know they're in the midst of testing and confirming and looking at it this way and that way and upside down and backwards and forwards. But we're waiting for them to actually come out in the public domain and say there is a new science and a new technology on the planet. Is this in the card?
You can see how American he is. It has to be on the CNN to be confirmed. A lot of things happens without the CNN knowing, and they cannot confirm it. But this is the job for them, not for us. We have a freedom to review, to explain, but Chinese are very reserved. They do it their way.
But the Americans are waiting to start working with the Chinese.
The Americans cannot work with Chinese. It's an impossibility at the moment. Because on the economical side, America thinks has won a big battle, bringing back a lot of work back to US. They close a lot of factories in China, or they encourage with taxation to go back to US. But in fact, that was the biggest mistake they ever made. You'll come to understand the reason very soon. Because they cannot export, they do not export what they make more or less out of US. It'll be a bigger financial disaster in the next 5 to 10 years for Americans. You'll come to understand very, very soon. Because the point is, it's not what you manufacture anymore or what you produce. From now on, the science will take over. How much you can put in, and the structure with us, part of our work with the Chinese is very simple. America attracted brain by paying a lot of money. American dream. You become rich if you come to America. In our work with Chinese is we make China the center of the space technology and the space knowledge. Game has changed. In a way, it took time to explain to the Chinese that you cannot just manufacture. You have to bring the talent to be part of. And in next few months, you will see the Keshe Foundation will literally go out to bring the experts of the Keshe Foundation. We know who you are. 10, 20 years we've been watching. We know who you are, who the people sit where. plus the international scientists into China. You want to be with the next generation of science development, you come to China. We'll shift it. Whatever American took was the superiority to create war. Whoever joins us in China with the development of new space technologies for peace. We leave it to the scientists, where they go, people with the knowledge where they sit. Do you want to go to the United States and create weapon technology to kill? Or would you like to move into China, where is the land of peace of knowledge for space technology? We are advisors, and we advise thoroughly. We just don't go there, we have a new technology. We look at all aspects of it. My job has been not just showing technology, but showing what technology can bring to China, what can bring into the, what do you call it, North China Sea, be it Vietnam, be it the rest of it. So when you say what's going to happen, in a way, in the next year, 2 years, in the next 6 months, Keshe Foundation will drive heavily to absorb international scientists into Keshe Foundation research and development in China. We make a very clear line. We don't fight. If you're a scientist, you have a technology, using our technology or yours, in China, we give you room to join with us, to work with us, but for peaceful application. It's a very clear line we draw, and Chinese government leadership understood. And this is the way we're going to go. We are not bringing you more scientists who can make a better weapons. We're bringing more scientists to create more peace. And it's a change of game. Because when you speak, I eat and sit with Chinese high-ranking generals and the government officials, none of them ever talk about superiority of China. Says how we can bring peace, that we can live without this. The biggest problem with Taiwan, with China, is Americans are using it to create a new war, to say they are superior. Chinese want to bring the balance, that the Taiwanese will become part of China in a peaceful way without interference of America. Americans, sorry to say, a lot of you come from America, you carry a little bit or mainly British blood. You're in England. English mentality, foreign policy is divide and rule. And this has become ingrained in Constitution of the United States. The policy in China is 1,000. Bring in to all be one. We were talking about yesterday, we have a food and we put it in the middle and we all share. And I explained what happened with a German minister who came to China before Corona, and they set a table, a round table with swings, and they gave a menu to the minister and 2 of his entourage with the Chinese ministers equal, 6 of them sitting around the table. They all ordered what they thought the Chinese way is. You put it in the middle and everybody eats from it. When they put the food on the table, the German minister put it in front of him and started eating his plate. Are not used to sharing. There is a big difference between the Japanese chopstick and the Chinese chopstick. Japanese have a little box, they eat it themselves, they don't share. Chinese have a longer stick. They put it in the middle, everybody shares. The Koreans have a flat stick. Chinese chopstick is round. If you look, the culture of how you feed yourself is how you think. So is part of the structure, part of understanding. Normally, most of you, when you go to a country, you look at how the walls are. I have a beautiful advantage. I don't speak Chinese. I know 6 or 7 years in China, I only know about 5 or 6 words. And most of it they don't like. One of them is bin shui, which means a cold water. And the Chinese like a warm water, so I'm marked up. And it's because I don't speak the language. When I see in the meeting, it has to be translated. I watch the soul of the people. I watch the behavior. And I know what the thing is long before they decide. How they come in, how they shake hands, how they sit, where they sit you. China Oil Corporation has a beautiful policy. The door is always comes with a table going along to the door. Their officials always sit on the door side that if it's too dangerous, they can run out. They put the other side far away from the door. And this explains a lot. When you go into a Russian cabinet room with the minister, the door is right in the rectangular, furthest possible from the table of the minister. And then it's a T-shape. He always sits on the top. And then the rest have to answer. And then you see them, when they walk from that door to sit in their chair, how they change in character. I had the pleasure of this with the Minister of Oil of one of the Russian satellite countries, and says, Mehran, come and sit next to me and understand the power of my seat. You don't have this in understanding a culture, understanding your soul. You understand the interactions. And physical interaction is a reflection of the soul. It explains a lot to you. Any other question?
Okay, I think that's as far as we wanted to go on that one. Is that correct, Mark?
Yes, just an overall update in a way, and understanding this sharing of food or sharing of technology. The Chinese seem to have this Taoism idea where we bring everyone in equally. And this is a good position for the foundation to be in, to get the technology out. I know a lot of times we've heard from Mr. Keshe saying how they export mostly the junk that they manufacture to other countries, and they keep the better manufactured goods for themselves. So I think we'll see a different position here where everyone will get the first quality, let's say, of whatever's being manufactured. That policy will change as well.
Thank you, my dear Mark. Thank you so much. You have given this clip. Beautiful message to all about the cultures, about the way people interact with each other in different countries, I would say. And this is the way the growth of a country, the growth of people, of community works. And well, here in India, I will say it's a thousands of caste system. And people are really trapped in this caste system. They don't share. One level of people don't share with other level of people, even the glasses they use. So there was difference in cultures, and it is lovely to hear that about the Chinese. So it is beautiful indeed. And well, I will say, this merging is the trigger, the start of all. That is love, unconditional love, and all souls will get this benefit collectively as we are doing it. As we are all the creators, creation. We are creating again this beauty and totality. Thank you, my dear Mark. Thank you, China. Ni hao. Thank you. So we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Here, again, we bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. And I welcome you, beautiful souls, to have your sharing in unconditional love and have your say, a view, a question. Well, we are all learning. So thank you. Welcome, my dear beautiful souls.
This is Moshfaq. I would like to talk about a little what we heard on China and, the idea of peace and the other things that the Chinese culture is so good at. This is an important thing about, the China is interested in peace. We, Keshe Foundation, we in Keshe Foundation are interested in peace as well. So, and Chinese have developed, over centuries, certain cultural strength. And it's a joy to be part of that strength. The interesting part of this is that it's not, China has its strength, but every culture has its strength. And in Keshe Foundation, we have people from many different cultures. And here we come together in peace. And along with it, we bring the strength of our culture that we grew up in. Did we make mistakes? Did we do this and that? Yes, we have, but that's not the point. As we look at Chinese culture and make that the stage for releasing Keshe Foundation technology, individually, people from different cultures are the stages as well for their own area or own history and whatever that has developed. We all have our strength. So we bring the best things here in peace and make this part of other culture. And this is what we in Keshe Foundation are doing, along with the technology that's coming with it. And to handle this technology, this vast amount of understanding, we need the very best of it, best of us in it. And it's peace, it's joy, and prosperity, all at the same time. So we, in a way, these cultures, they developed in their own unique way. And I have many friends in many different cultures now. And it's such a, amazing experience if we think about it. Yes, I mean, we are unique in some of the things that we look at, okay, these guys do this, that's there. But, our dramas don't have to be painful. It can be, oh, wow, this is interesting. And we may choose to do it or not. This is our choice. And sometimes we have to take our time to adjust to the new ways of doing things. As we have even in the plasma technology, we have various areas that, some of us are, soul, yeah, I like soul part very much. Nano-material, oh no. But we have learned to use some of these things. We may not have used it all of it, but does it matter? A friend next to me is doing it, so why not? We learn from those who have that particular strength. So one of the beauty of this is that we learn the very best that humanity has to offer from every part of the world, and the technology that goes with it, and the individual beauties and surprises that we cherish along the way, we enjoy along the way. And it's our destination journey, everything. Destination may be temporary. Yes, the piece we go to, there is a lot more to explore the universe and various other things that's coming. But I mean, we do it the very best way we can, at the physical level and at the soul level. We don't leave behind anybody, any culture, even our own physicality for that matter. So it's a very different kind of experience for all of us. And we ourselves are part of the solution. Each of the culture is part of the solution. We may have developed ourselves in semi-isolation until the transportation and the communication as we know now became a reality. But the timing of all of these has to be correct for the next stage that we are heading towards to come into being. And we do the very best we can. Yes, it may be bumpy at places, but but the surprises, the amazing variety and uniqueness of each culture, and the beauty of each individual, not just the culture is one thing, but just like each cell of our body is a functional entity within a large collection of cells. But us individuals similarly are part of this cultures. And the interesting thing is that having mixing of cultures that happened in the past few generations, these people who did this connection across cultures, they have made it smoother. So let us all thank those who have done this, because of them we can now easily transmute, so to speak, between one culture and the other. And with that transmutation, we make the peace and the prosperity a reality, along with the Keshe Foundation technology, of course. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, my dear Moshik. You always say so beautifully that we understand, yes, the need, the culture of unconditional love. That is what is here. And sorry. Well, I will say that as I'm talking about me, that from yawns we are doing, what is me? I almost forgot it from yawns, like everybody is saying that what you have to do, what cloth that person is saying that this cloth is very necessary for this festival, and again this festival come, and again these parties, this daily routine I will say. Then and we are going on and on, and when I see crossing by some, I will say poor men, of course, they are poor men drinking tea in a rainy day, and they are talking, laughing, and that moment I cannot forget. That how even they are not noticing us, we are crossing crossing them. So that was the beauty. We always wanted these moments to go on, sharing love, sharing each other, talking to each other. We lost these, these interaction. Now we have started again the soul interaction, and this is the beauty, that we know what is me, what is you are, what are we doing together, kind of that, and not like understand, not very indulged in this manifestation of what you should do, the society, the festivals, the people, the rich and poor, the caste. We are going, these are eliminating. So thank you, Moshfik. And our ability to understand the unconditional love, to be in this balanced position, brings us this communication. The three men I saw and a woman in the rainy day, they were laughing. Even they were slightly water, and the rain was drizzling on their clothes, but they were so happy. I couldn't imagine at that time, because I was so busy in this anger, in this all the social things, all the worldly things. So this is the way we have to focus. We have focused on our ability, what is we, what is the I am is. So I want to tell a short story, if there is short time, I know, but the ability of a person, that one story, a little story, not very long story. Here, a learned man arrived in the banks of a river. He asked the boatman to take him to the opposite bank of the river. I will give you a rupee, he said. The boatman looked up. He could see dark clouds. Don't worry about rain, the Panditji said. Pandit, here in India, we call the Pandit the most learned person, educated person. The Pandit said, I have an umbrella. The Pandit sat in the boat and the boatman started rowing the boat. He wanted to reach the other side before the weather turns nasty. The Pandit was a talkative man. Do you know about movement of the planets and stars? Have you studied astrology? He asked the boatman. The boatman told the Pandit that he has no knowledge of astrology. Oh no, the Pandit exclaimed. A quarter of your life is wasted. The boatman paid no attention to him. He was looking up, keeping a watch on the clouds. Have you studied grammar, Sanskrit grammar? The Pandit asked. Of course, the boatman has no knowledge of Sanskrit. Then the Pandit said again, half of your life is wasted. The Pandit declared with profound sadness. The boatman was shaken. No, it wasn't because of what the Pandit had just said. He had just lightning flash across the sky. It started raining. The Pandit opened the umbrella and continued to talk. Do you at least know how to read and write in your mother tongue? The boatman replied that he had not gone to school and therefore had not learned to read or write. 3/4 of your life is wasted, the Pandit said the Pandit. The boatman was now worried as it began to rain heavily. The wind too had picked up. The boatman turned to the Panditji. The river is getting rough, Panditji. If something happens to your boat, we may have to swim to reach the other bank. Swim? The Pandit said. I don't know how to swim, blabbered the Pandit, now frightened. Oh, then your life is wasted, Panditji, said the boatman, even as there was ear-shattering thunder. So here is, I will say, the ability of the man. He was silent, but he was focused on his ability, and the learned thing the Panditji was saying doesn't matter to him. And in this balanced position, because he saved the life of Panditji. Panditji wouldn't be saved if the boatman is not able to swim. So this is the story of his own ability, our ability. So all the manifestation, all the things in the magnitude we have done should be, in a way, should be understandable, to eliminate of no need of the energies. We don't take the baggage anymore. So thank you for listening, my dear beautiful. So anybody else want to share anything? You are so much welcome.
If you are an attendee here and wish to speak, you can put up your virtual hand and we can open your microphone. Don't have any needs or wishes expressed in the YouTube or live stream at this point.
Every soul is in an unconditional love and balanced position.
Perhaps the peace is already here, yes.
Yes, of course. Yes. So if there is well, I will say there is always a sharing, my dear. I know the peace, the silence sometimes gives us the indication of the unconditional love every soul is giving to each other. So we can, thank you, my dear beautiful souls. We can go to the next slide. Then the key of all that is, we are here to serve, not to be served, my dear beautiful souls, the Universal Council. Thank you so much. Welcome. Suswagatam to the Keshe Foundation. Lovely beauty and totality form of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute as merging with China. And join, love, follow, whatever you can do, my dear, with your heart and soul. And this is Shwetanba, you see Hindi language. Salam, namaste, salute, beautiful soul, for being here always, taking responsibility of all that is. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sweta, is Dean here? May I say a few words?
Yes, of course, my dear. You don't have to ask, my dear. Thank you.
I have, sorry, I haven't been very present today. I've been speaking with some people in the background, and I've just been passed something from part of the team. And so I can read you some of the information that's just been passed. So this is a mobile head unit that's just been released. And this is the Ebisu service provider. It's a local Ebisu service now available in the GANS Plasma Cloud. So this is going to be the device that you connect to, and this is not going to be plugged into the grid. So this is a completely mobile system. I'm just taking some images of it now that I haven't finished yet, so I can't show them to you just yet. But I can read some informations for people to understand the connection to the establishment of the cloud, and this has been worded so that it passes all the regulations that are required. So I can read some information now. It says, continuous research and development made it possible to establish a wireless version of the Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit, the UBUSO. Thus, it is no longer necessary for the customer to be physically inside the local UBUSO. The UBUSO becomes the UBUSO server, hereafter a server, hosted, maintained, updated, and upgraded continuously by the UBUSO service provider. The customer can be connected from any point through the GANS Plasma Cloud, thereafter cloud, to the servers, which are located at several physical locations. The routing to the appropriate server is done automatically by the service provider. So to be connect to a server, the customer receives a mobile communications bundle, which consists of a GANS plasma headset. This is what I'm taking the images of at the moment. With headset, thereafter a headset, and a GANS plasma modem, thereafter a modem, which establishes the bidirectional connection between the servers and the headset of the customer through the cloud. The technical communications signal between the devices is not based on radio waves, cables, or fiber optic. It is based on the communication through the GANs plasma field, which was discovered by the nuclear physicist Mehran Tavakoli Keshe. When we talk about the cloud, we do not talk about the conventional internet, which made cloud computing possible. We talk about the next level of communication through the GANs plasma cloud, based on GANs plasma fields, which can be seen as a new revolutionary transmission medium where data can be transmitted faster and with higher bandwidth than through any other existing technologies. The Ubusu service provider offers more than just hosting the Ubusu servers. The Ubusus have the ability to balance the human body and its emotions through plasma fields. This performance is offered wireless through the cloud, as well as needs excerpts to manage it. Exactly how it is needed with the physical version of the Ubusu, these excerpts of their service provider are now available through the cloud as well. A time schedule is offered to the customer, which clearly shows when the customer can use the servers, additionally personalized services based on the preliminary talks, as well as the continuous communication between the customer and the experts. It's experts, I've got that word wrong, from the service provider. Thus, the customer has access to the knowledge, human resources, and further equipment necessary to receive the required services. So this is the technology that we've heard about from Mr. Keshe, and the team has been distributing over some period of time. And I've just myself just been sat down and become a bit of a test person to just receive the information of this this new technology that has been being shared. I felt when I put the unit on, remember this is not connected to any physical, by any physical means, by plugging it in. This is purely through the fields that are all around us in every, as we know, the plasmatic fields that are continuously around us, and what we've been speaking about many times in all of our communications that we have. So this headset unit consists of obviously a headset. There is a small, like a maggrav device that, even though it's not a maggrav as such, but it's partly got a maggrav in it. And this will be like a bundled kit. And then it also has two connectors to it that have two, at the moment, they're two discs that will be, I would imagine, that will be nano-coated and things to get a direct connection to the physical body. And you, like with the headset that we've had when we've been going into the sessions, where we have placed another set of headsets somewhere. Now those headsets are replaced by just two round discs that are connected to the headset itself. So it's a contained unit. And then you would place these discs in the position where you would like to receive the balance. Now, I do know that this technology is receiving the full field strength of all the conditions of the human body that you would need through the GANSes. So the GANSes can be positioned within the Ubusu units, within the vicinity of, and then a full spectrum of energies that the human needs to bring the body and the emotions back to balance can be delivered. And from what I've just been experienced and what I've just been told, this is in milliseconds. So you receive the energy of what is required for your balance in a very quick, as I said, once you actually, the two, as I've just been explained by somebody, that you receive you receive the energies of, and on the graph that Mr. Keshe has spoken about, where you get this graph that is going up and down, you're getting a direct connection between the solar physicality and the soul. And you get various different parts of the graph that match. And then if you get a straight line, this is very good. And if you get like a wave and stuff, it's where the soul and the solar physicality are gradually playing with each other and trying to catch up. So you're going to receive a full energy transfer of what you need on an emotional state, and also on the physical body as well. And this transfer is, as I've said earlier, is in milliseconds. So it's a beautiful technology. I've just experienced it. I can honestly say that I just sat down with a lot of people around, so there's lots of noise around. And the headset itself fits very snugly to the ears, so you tend to block out a lot of the perspectives around you. And then if you can close your eyes, and you actually then receive these energies fairly quickly. Many people have experienced this, so in the tests have said that they feel like a tingly sensation, or something on their skin. And this is where the information is connecting the soul and physicality, and then you're receiving that the energy transfer from the ganses and that are positioned inside the units. That are obviously in a fixed position in another place, and then you're receiving the energies that are within it. And so if you load up those abusos with lots and lots of different energies, and these could be, as we know, as knowledge seekers, these could be lots of different sorts of plasmas of all descriptions that all help to emotionally balance ourselves, as I said, physically and emotionally. And we're receiving that instantly. I just literally sat down and just had the first initial test with the unit, and I placed the two discs either side of somewhere on my body, and received the information. It took a little while for me, but then once it connected to me, I felt my body, in this instance, because obviously my body in some places needed some healing, I felt a warmth. And I also felt like a slight, I could feel my pulse very strongly in my forehead, in and around my forehead. And then I felt, I saw a lot of sort of blue and purple waves of plasma fields within my, not through my physical eyes, but going inside myself into the dimension of, what many people say is the soul, or the third eye, whatever, however you'd like to describe it. And I felt these gentle waves. And I know that within the milliseconds that the connection happened, the transfer happened, I received the energies for the emotional and physical balance that that I require in my position that I'm in these moments. So there's something I'd just like to share, and the pictures will come along shortly, but I'm not sure, I need to do them now, so it'll take a little bit longer. But this is a new technology that Mr. Keshe has brought forward, that is being shared in these moments, and it's openly available. So you can go to the website, and this will be available for everybody to look at and to sign up to. Many people that have already signed up to this system in the past will be updated to this system. So it will be, it's available now, and I think they can make them in quantities of around about, I think it's 5 to 10 a week, depending upon production facilities at the moment. So they will be open for everybody to experience this new wireless technology to bring balance and emotional balance, physical balance to the body of man in these moments. So it's a beautiful step for us to experience, and these tools are the connection that we that many of us need to make this jump to the soul level. Okay, thank you guys. I hope that was informative. And I'm sure you'll hear much more about it in the times to follow. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Sweta. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Dean. Very beautiful information you have given. So positive, and people will benefit from that, of course. And this technology, the new technology, the beautiful technology indeed. Thank you. Go to the website. Hello. Yes. Oh.
You're very welcome, Sweta. I'm sure there will be, as I said, it's a beautiful, we know that this has been going on, and I'm sure this was some of the technology that was shown in Manchester. And as I said, one of the units is here present where I am at the moment, and I've experienced it, and I know that it has a very deep soul connection on a physical side, but on the soul side too. And it is one that gives us the ability to then bring humanity to this position of the three straight lines that are equaling that emotional and physical balance that creates peace within and in everything around us. Thank you, Sweta. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Very close to the lovers. You are. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. So here is the beautiful message from Dean. And then again, I will say we are here to serve, not to be served, my dear one, the Universal Council. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our program here.
Rick, sorry to jump in again. Rick, if you want, I can do a quick. If I can start the video, I can just quickly show you this unit if you'd like. If I start a video, is that okay?
Well, is it okay with Mr. Keshe? Because maybe he wants to present it in the Knowledge Seekers workshop.
Yeah, I've just been instructed that it's in the public domain and everything is okay. So if you want me to leave, I will, but it's available if you would like a video of it.
Well, let's have a look, sure.
Okay. No, at the moment I cannot do, apparently. So it will be in the workshop, I would think.
Okay, sounds good.
I've just checked, Rick, and it says no. Yeah, it's not available. So I would that's telling me that it needs to be when Mr. Keshe does it. Thank you, Rick.
Right. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Dean, for the preview, and our spy is doing good there. Thank you, Dean, for giving us the goods. All right. Well, let me see here. Let's go to our background for today, which is an image from Jedi Simon. Thank you, Jedi, for a number of images you've provided for background images here. Thank you to all the members of the Universal Council who put together today's presentation. And thank you to everyone for attending today to be part of the 290th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Our next public teaching workshop will be the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which I hold every week for the last decade or so. And people are welcome to present their replications of the plasma technology, or if you have any questions or topics you'd like to discuss. And that's a good place to do it. And it's kind of the practical end of the plasma technology. We try to incorporate the physical and practical ends, and as well as the soul-based teachings as well. All right, thank you, everyone. And I think that's it for now, other than do attend the Knowledge Seekers Workshop on Thursday, September 7th, and that starts at 9 a.m. Central European Time. I can hear the static of your microphone in the background, Sweta, so I'm sure you're ready to go. With the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version, which is our tradition here. I should hear you in the background, Shweta, so please go ahead in spite of any static. Would you like to say something? I guess
Rick is Dean here again. I think Sweater's obviously dropped out. So yeah, we'd love to hear the music and do some singing and dancing. Thank you, Rick. Thank you very much.
All right. And away we go with the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version, and see you all next time around.